Yeah, what's going on, blood? 120th Street, nigga. Yeah, nigga, double up. Tell them niggas to get out them alleys in them hood.
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we're going to be discussing the life of Reckless from the Denver Lane Bloods. Now, Big Reckless was born in December of 2000. He will be raised in the Vermont Vista area in South Central. He and his family will live in the notorious Denver Lane Gangster Bloods neighborhood. Now, as a kid, Reckless had a deep love for football and dreamed of playing one day in the NFL. His mother and father were both big supporters of his dream, and they wanted to make that come true. But growing up in his neighborhood, it's easy for any kid to be distracted. And by his teen years, he would attend Locke High School, where his dreams of football would start to seem distant. He would soon realize that the classes versus middle school were much harder, and this would lead to him having academic problems. Now, seeing his grades suffered, he would start to give up all hope on that football dream. And this would lead to him missing classes, and he would start hanging out on the block with members from the Denver Lanes. And around the same time, he would also even be seen posting on Facebook a picture of his first firearm. Now, things will only get worse from here, because in 2015, his mother would pass away. Now, this loss for a teenager his age would break him completely. And not long after, he would get his put on to the Denver Lane Bloods. Now, he would still attend school every now and then, but he would be seen hanging out in the hood much more often. He would even become cool with one of his big homies named B Brazy. Now, Reckless' father stayed on him about hanging out in the streets and especially in that neighborhood, but most of the time, it went in one ear and out the other. And Reckless would start to see the impact of the street life when he would lose one of his homies by the name Cinco, and this would have an impact on him also. Now, Reckless had a habit of skipping school and just walking around the neighborhood. But one day, his father caught him.
My dad saw me in his car, and I was like, dang, like I really got caught. I mean, he just like started yelling at me, like, what you doing, like out of school? You supposed to be in school. I've been tired of like being in trouble, getting bad grades and stuff like that. I mean, I want my dad to be proud of me and stuff.
So from that point on, he would start taking school more seriously, and he would start to pursue his dream of playing football once again. Now, because Reckless had missed so much class, he had to start taking after-school tutoring courses just to catch up. But slowly and surely, he would start to see improvements in his grades. But still, with this new hope, his father was also still concerned with him hanging out on the block with the neighborhood Bloods. But Reckless would not let this distract him, and he would eventually start playing junior varsity football at Locke. And things would continue to look up for him, because the following year, he would make the official varsity team. And from 2018 to 2019, he would have a standout year. And by the end of the football season in 2019, Locke High School will become high school city champs. And Reckless will be seen showing off his championship ring. Now, with this outstanding performance and year, Reckless would have college options wide open, and by spring, he would receive a D1 offer from UNLV. But also, Reckless had his eye on committing to possibly Colorado State. And by June of 2020, Reckless would graduate high school after long 4 rough years with everything he had been through. And at this point, it was sky's the limit for him. But like most kids growing up in the hood in South Central, the lure of the street life was still around him, and sometimes is not that easy to avoid. And sadly, due to his bad choices, his dreams and chances of playing D1 football will fall through, and this will lead him taking a deep dive into the street life. And in 2022, he'll be arrested in connection on murder charges with a bond set at $1 million. But due to lack of evidence, the case against him will be officially dropped. Now, the following year in 2023, Reckless will be arrested yet again, but this time on robbery charges, which stem back from a case from November 2022. He will spend a little over 30 days in county and eventually take a plea deal on second-degree robbery charges and only get 3 years probation. Now, over the next few years, he will still remain active in the streets, and in 2025, Reckless will be seen in the hood vlog in the Denver Lane set.
Blood on lanes.
GLV, no.
Tell them niggas to get out them alleys in them hood blocks. Kill a team, the dub.
Kill a team.
You know what I'm saying? Tell right there, bro. Put that in the motel. Hey, y'all not safe right there, bro. Stop coming right there. Stop coming right there. Put y'all down.
Y'all not safe down there.
On West Side lanes, bro. I got put on right here, bro.
It's all starting right here.
history in this month. Nothing but history.
Now that same year, Reckless will be arrested yet again, but this time on a petty theft charge in September 2025. But as I always say, you spend enough time in the streets, eventually death will come knocking. And on May 12th of 2026, while visiting his auntie, she would tell him that she wanted him to get out of the streets and leave LA for good. She hated that her nephew had got involved in gangs, and she wanted him to get away from it completely. Reckless' final words to her would be, "I promise you, auntie, I will." But sadly, only 2 weeks later, on May 22nd, Reckless would be shot and killed in an alley. Now, at this point in time, the details are scarce, but his family and friends have confirmed that he did lose his life that night. And as we all know with the street life, when it comes to this gangbanging, enemies will celebrate your death, and that's exactly what took place on Instagram. I want to say RIP to Big Reckless, and I want to thank everybody for tapping in, and I'll see y'all next time.